I feel like gardening's always been a part of my life. My mom always had a garden growing up, and we always helped her weed and enjoyed fresh, cherry tomatoes right off the vine, and just seeing produce come right out of the garden.
So Gorge Grown facilitates producer working groups with various types of farming niches throughout the Columbia River Gorge. We have a producer working group for vegetable growers, for organic orchardists, for niche meat producers, for value-added producers for things like jams and jellies and salsas and anything where you're adding value to a food that's been grown in the gorge.
This whole bed's made up of about 4 rows of about 3 different types of beets. And we're just pulling them up. We got to order for restaurants later this afternoon, and then whatever we have left over, we'll bundle up and take to the farmers market tomorrow.
It's been a very successful program in that the farmers are able to come to Gorge Grown Food Network and request, hey, we have a need, an educational need in this area. Maybe it's learning season extension techniques, and then we are able to bring that educational piece to the farmers.
Gorge Grown has been a fantastic resource for us. I think without them, we wouldn't have much of a market to sell to at all. It's really important that there's somebody out there leading the charge, cheerleading local foods and agriculture, and educating the public that we exist, and giving us a market to sell to.
Some of our growers have now gotten to the size where they are supporting a large community-supported agriculture membership, a CSA. Some of our farms have 50 or more members, where that's now sort of the main outlet for those farms, is to serve those 50 families well, share with them the harvest, and then whatever they have left over might come to market, might sell to some restaurants. And we work to make those connections between the growers and the chefs, the institutions, the hospitals, the prison, the schools, the senior centers, all of those people that are buying food on any sort of scale.
This is the second year for the White Salmon Farmers Market, and it's starting off very successfully. And we have to give a lot of the credit for that to the support we've gotten from the Gorge Grown Food Network. Gorge Grown has provided us market manager training. It's given us a lot of flyers and handouts to give to the vendors, and it's just been very, very valuable for us.
Your cheating heart will make you.
We call ourselves a farmers market, but I like to see us as a lot more than that. It's just a town gathering. And food is exchanged, which is really important, but there's a lot of socializing as well, and just the community event feeling. There's kids' activities and information educational events and live music every week and the performance, and I think it adds a lot more than just a simple transaction of commerce, but really the feeling that people would want to come out and hang out, even if they're not purchasing anything, just to see their friends and neighbors and talk.
We have people who are so dedicated and so involved in what their part is for the market that they just bring magic to it. The other thing is that we're the smallest market in the gorge, I believe, or at least maybe we're in the smallest town. So we only have 420 people in the town of Mosier, but we had 245 people here for our opening day last week on July the 1st.
What I really appreciate about Gorge Grown is that it's really creating those food nucleuses. And it's allowing our farmers to really present themselves and be known by the community and have an integral place within our community.
One of the most innovative projects of Gorge Grown is the mobile farmers market. We saw a need to help jumpstart new farmers markets in the region, and so we took on the role of becoming a vendor. We buy a bunch of produce, fruit, berries, vegetables, value-added foods from local food providers. And then we set up as the anchor vendor to help jumpstart new farmers markets, like in Stevenson and Mosier. We're serving both of those communities this year.
My name is Katie Skakel, and this is the second year I've been managing the Gorge Grown Mobile Market. And it's really been fantastic. People in the local communities love to see it out there. This year I'm heading to Stevenson. The market will start up at 10. and the people in the community love to see it. It's about an hour away on the Washington side. People have pre-ordered cherries and pre-ordered raspberries, and it just really anchors the market.
We've always got excellent product to deliver to Todd, and Todd has been with us and helping us in getting rid of some of our product. We try to bring him the best, and he does a real good job of getting rid of it. These are all Rainiers. These are our premium cherry.
Oh, those look
It's
fantastic.
a specialty.
Can I try one?
Sure can.
All right. Yeah.
There's extra in there.
The mission of Gorge Grown Food Network is to build an economically and environmentally sound regional food system that engages, educates, and improves the health and well-being of our community. And when we say community, we work to serve a 5-county region in Hood River, Wasco, Sherman and counties in Oregon, Klickitat, and Skamania counties in Washington. And it's all about connecting local people to local food. Doesn't matter whether they get that food directly from the farmer at a farm stand, through their CSA share, at a farmer's market in White Salmon or Mosier. It's just important that people are accessing local food and enjoying all the bounty and all the fresh harvests that come from this beautiful region. The first project of Gorge Grown Food Network was to establish the Gorge Grown Farmers Market in Hood River 7 years ago. And the board and the staff at that time decided the first thing they ought to do was to build a marketplace where people could come together solely based around food. There's no crafts at the market, it's only food, and it's only food that comes from this region. I've been managing the market for the last 5 years, and in that time we have seen growth that is beyond any of our expectations. We track attendance and sales figures every year, and we've seen the sales figures jump from $70,000 gross for the whole market for the whole season 4 years ago to last year over $185,000.
Girl, I love young. Dancing around like that won't drive me crazy. But why would I want you when it's plain you're not ever?
Last year, at all of the farmers markets in the gorge, over $300,000 was spent, which translates into roughly $1 million that farmers markets helped pump into our local economy, which is so valuable. And I really see food being one of the drivers of the new economy that's being shaped in our region. And it's every transaction, every pint of strawberries, every dollar that gets spent given to a local food provider just goes right back into our community. And that really just builds a wonderful place for everyone to live and to raise their families. What I really love about working for Gorge Grown is helping farmers be successful, helping people connect to local food. And I love that my children are growing up surrounded by all the farmers. They see the blueberries get delivered to the truck in the morning. They know they're farmers at the farmers market. They know who's got the best strawberries. And they just really appreciate the seasonal bounty of our region.
Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, tamales, pizzas, bread. Tarts. Strawberries that you buy at the store, they come from like really places far away, and they just sit there in a cooler or something. But in the farmer's market, they harvest everything and then they take it to the farmer's market. And it's just fresh. It doesn't just sit there.
That's what I love, is watching people bring food to the community, bring sustainable growing practices to their farm, and it just brings the whole community closer, and I get to be a major part of that, and I love it.
There's a lot changing in this world right now, and there's a lot of reasons that you might be worried, but the best cure for worry is action. And this hasn't been particularly difficult, and it's been quite fun. And so now we've got something happening locally that I feel is really making a difference. And by working in support of something we believe in, it's taken away a lot of that fear of things that we might not have any power to change.
'Cause I got music and it takes away the pain. Got this here music and I got it every day. Come on. Like that, he drives all those little girls crazy. Say, did you see us in the background of the crowd on the TV? On the summer's day we go and catch some morning waves, hanging out with my friends in the vibe, go only they okay. Just like I don't remember rainy days when I was small. No, I won't remember hatred on my finger out, 'cause I got music and it makes me feel alright. Got this here music and it helps me ease my mind. 'Cause I got music and it takes away the pain. Got this here music and I got it every day.